One of the most interesting aspects about being passionate about a pursuit and wanting to constantly get better at that is the fact that uh, there is no staying still. Some people say, "Oh, I've plateaued, I've been stagnant, I'm not going up anymore." But in my experience, you're usually improving something or you're getting worse at something. There's very little that ever stays the same if you just leave it there. Maintenance is possible, but usually you have to work to maintain. So you're either getting better or you're getting worse at something. And things that used to be an issue may not be an issue anymore if you've been focusing on your weaknesses. But if you take too much of your focus off of what you're good at, you can start to slip in those areas and see some decline. It's what makes this so fun for me to keep coming back to is that even when you get good at something, you don't stay good without doing something else. You have to keep working to at least maintain, and you have to work even harder to improve. A few factors that I know a lot of people can easily slip on if it's taken for granted or not paid attention to. Your cardiovascular situation, which you're going to see be a real determining and it's just a limiting factor for me in this session. Your nutritional choices, combine those two together, and you have exactly what happened in my top set today. But I see a lot of people forgetting cues or not thinking about it. Um, taking things for granted. Once you get something figured out, it doesn't mean that it's always there. You have to continue to practice perfectly to maintain those motor patterns, and it's very easy to stop paying attention just a little bit and let something slide and have it take you from a high level of performance to just not having what you need to make the progress anymore. And I say this, it's a broken record speech all the time, but the better you get at something, the more effort and the more work it takes to continue getting better, the more you have to be on your game every single time, the less room there is for error. And I made a bit of an error in going into the session. Those first 4 reps at 655 were pretty good. I was planning on doing a fifth one, but I put the bar down there. You see, I'm really lightheaded. I had some problems breathing because my cardio is so poor. And plus, we made some terrible nutritional decisions the day before this. I just let it get way too late at night. And instead of, I couldn't go to a grocery store and get real groceries. And I let myself run out of good quality foods. And, if it fits your macros, crew checking in, whatever, maybe Taco Bell isn't the best idea before a rep set of deadlifts the next day. And so I had to run inside, um, had to clear out my stomach, get rid of that nausea, threw up a little bit, came back out. So I guess the 655 single afterwards is a post-puking PR because I've only ever thrown up like 3 times in the history of my powerlifting career, because that's not usually a goal outcome of mine. But you live and you learn. Will not be doing that again. Um, I can't even say I was really disappointed because of that situation. I feel confident that I had the strength to get all 5 reps because that's not really even an attempt at a PR for me. But I digress. Moral of the story, don't eat crappy junk food, fast food takeout the night before a workout when you have to hold yourself accountable and at a higher level. Nutrition has constantly been a battle for me, just because once it goes really well, I get a little bit lazy and lackadaisical and make silly, avoidable mistakes. So I went inside after that top set for a little bit of time, probably about 30 or 40 minutes, and came back out, opened the garage door to give myself some air, and did my close grip benching. The 325 doubles that I did with the Tyler grips there were actually all PRs. I don't think I've ever gone that heavy close grip with those, the Tyler grips on the bar. That's just something I do for a little bit of added muscle activation. Afterwards, I did my supersets, eight sets of 10 to 12 here on the on the band pushdowns and rope curls. You see I was making those finger guns? That's just to work some finger strength in there and just get a little bit of extra. I was trying to use my pinky, my ring, and my index finger in my middle finger instead of relying on my index finger and thumb like you do in so much gripping exercise. After that, I did some dips supersetted with a supinated grip or pronated grip. I'm sorry, I'm out of it right now. With a curl or chin grip on my fat grips with the bar for some bent rows, Again, making the grip a limiting factor. It's something that I've not had too many issues with, but if I want to continue not having issues with my grip, I need to continue training it seriously so it progresses. If my deadlift keeps getting better, my grip also has to keep getting better, and I never ever want to get to the point where I am able to pull a heavy weight that I can't hold on to. It's just kind of a nightmare scenario for me in a meet, getting something that would be a huge PR and something is simply worked on and easily fixed as a grip issue would just be a heartbreaking scenario. So working on that, bringing up the arm work a little bit. I think I got a little away from what the idea of this arm accessory type day was the last few weeks, trying to do too much in compound type movements where, yes, I want to keep the most muscle activation possible, but the idea should still be to work on those weak points, those little baby poverty guns of mine, and try to make them more reasonable and bring up my ability to stabilize a bench press and to have some more strength at the lockout with that tricep work. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you can use my poor decision and lesson learned positively in your own training and take that away. Just do not have junky food if you're not used to it before a session that matters, and take your conditioning and your general physical preparedness seriously. Going from my fives to my triples to my doubles, and then trying to go straight back to the fives without keeping my overall conditioning up was a little more taxing on me than I expected, even with the drop in the loading of the bar. So that's just it. Lesson learned. Moving on. Gonna get better and gonna try to keep myself from slipping any farther with the easy things to fix. So thanks again, and I will talk to you all very soon. Have a great night.